a solar-powered car. In that episode, Lisa designs a solar-powered car to participate in a race dedicated to alternative energy. Her design was innovative, fast, clean, and ready to win. But as she approaches the finish line, a huge balloon with the Duff Beer logo appears, covering her car with its shadow, causing it to stop completely. At first glance, this scene may seem like just a fleeting joke, but it inherently carries a satirical commentary on a bitter reality. Progress is not hindered by the absence of new ideas, but is often obstructed by forces with major interests and wide influence. As we move into the year 2026, this shadow remains present. Renewable energy is experiencing unprecedented growth today, from reduced costs to the massive expansion in the use of solar and wind energy and the development of batteries. However, traditional industries and established systems stand as an obstacle to the desired transformation. From attempts to influence environmental policies to casting doubts on the effectiveness of these clean sources, the challenges seem real and ongoing. But unlike Lisa's car stopping, the journey of clean energy does not stop thanks to the rising social movement, international agreements, and technological advancements. This shadow faces strong resistance. What seemed like a simple joke in The Simpsons turned into a veiled prediction. It reminds us that the path to a more sustainable future is not easy, but it is approaching steadily. Amidst this struggle between innovation and obstacles, the question remains open. Are these predictions just a coincidence? Or are we watching cartoons that foresee the features of tomorrow? The Rebellion of the Machines in the year 1994. We witnessed it in an episode of The Simpsons titled Itchy and Scratchy Land, a technical glitch in the Springfield amusement park, where the robots turned against the visitors in a scene resembling science fiction films depicting machines rebelling against their creators. At that time, the idea was just a parody and a fictional concept far from reality. But this is no longer the case now. By the year 2026, the revolution of artificial intelligence and automation accelerated to reshape industries in unprecedented ways. Self-driving machines have become part of our daily routine. Delivery drones invade the skies over major cities. Intelligent systems now write, innovate, and analyze in fields that were hard to imagine their presence in just a few years ago. These technological leaps have garnered widespread admiration, but they have also sparked a wave of concern. The pressing question is what will happen to the millions who will lose their jobs to these machines? Economists warn of the necessity to restructure entire sectors like transportation and office work to adapt to the radical changes, while humans try to keep up with the rapid innovations. Although the Simpson family did not predict all the details, they captured the essence of the issue. A future where robots become an essential part of our daily lives, not just tools behind the scenes. A reality that makes us face a crucial question: who actually controls the reins of the world? Escape to virtual reality. The warning from the Simpsons series did not stop at the topic of work only, but extended to include the way we resort to escaping from reality. In several of its episodes, the series satirically addressed characters who immerse themselves in new and strange technologies, from Homer's obsession with virtual reality to depicting Springfield as a humorous version of future technology that spirals out of control. What was seen in the 90s as exaggerated comedy has become closer to reality today. As the year 2026 approaches, virtual reality and augmented reality are no longer just new tools, but have become an integral part of our daily lives. Entire communities have started living inside digital worlds, and some people spend more time wearing headsets compared to interacting with real life. Meetings, shopping, and even daily tasks are currently managed through virtual platforms. Despite the great potential these technologies offer in terms of opportunities and development, they have raised many concerning issues, from social isolation and addiction to the loss of the ability to distinguish between reality and illusion. The episodes of The Simpsons have always depicted characters living distracted and isolated from their reality, preoccupied with various diversions. Ali. This message stands out more clearly than ever. If future generations prefer escaping to the digital world instead of facing the reality around them, what will be the fate of the human connections that form the fabric of society? While these questions open the door to discussion about the impact of technology on our minds and behaviors, the series presents another troubling prediction that goes beyond technology to reach the core of our existence. The food we eat. The Simpsons series has never hesitated to mock strange food trends. In one episode, school lunches raised doubts about their suitability for consumption, while other episodes showed Springfield residents engaging in innovative food experiments, as if hinting at what the future of nutrition might be. As the year 2026 approaches, the world of food is witnessing significant transformations. Climate change, population growth, and recurring crises in supply chains are threatening traditional agriculture in an unprecedented way. In the face of these pressures, scientists have focused their efforts on developing lab-grown meats and creating technologically advanced food alternatives, making the idea of meals coming from the lab instead of the farm more realistic day by day. These innovations are welcomed by some as they offer solutions to combat global hunger and reduce environmental impact. However, others find them concerning, as they reflect a vision of a future where food appears entirely artificial and disconnected from its natural origin. Just as Lisa expressed her objection to meat consumption in the series, today's discussion has taken a deeper dimension regarding what is placed on our tables. Although the Simpsons family presented the idea in a comedic way, the central question remains extremely important. When the future arrives, will we truly be aware of what we are eating? Escape to space. With increasing uncertainty about food on planet Earth, The Simpsons, in its satirical way, pointed to the possibility that humans might seek survival beyond their planet's boundaries. In one of its classic comedic episodes, Homer was sent to space, where he found himself floating in zero gravity while trying to handle a bag of potato chips. Although that scene was depicted as a joke, today it seems like a foresight into a possible future. As the year 2026 approaches, private companies are racing to make space travel a tangible reality, albeit limited to those who can afford its exorbitant costs. Tourists have started booking seats on rockets. Billionaires are rushing to launch moon exploration trips, while some passionately discuss plans to establish human settlements on Mars. The series offered a satirical glimpse into humanity's obsession with leaving Earth. But the big question that arises is whether this pursuit of the stars is driven by the desire for exploration or by the fear of facing the unknown on Earth. Amid the increasing crises the planet is suffering from, such as climate changes, energy crises, and escalating conflicts and wars, the idea of settling new worlds in space has become less strange than it once was. However, history teaches us that every technological achievement or scientific discovery eventually faces its limits and collapse. This brings us back to another portrayal from the Simpsons family, the fall of entities that the world once thought were invincible. Over the decades, the Simpsons series has transformed from merely a satirical work into a phenomenon that carries something akin to prophecy. What were once passing jokes about events like wildfires, robots, or space exploration have strangely come to reflect scenes close to the reality of the year 2026. From global disasters and conflicts to developments in the fields of energy, food, and technology, it seems that the predictions in the show continue to prove themselves year after year. It may not be related to magic or the supernatural, but rather embodied in the show's ability to highlight weaknesses and changes in our world before we realize them. And the intriguing question remains: if these predictions have come true, what awaits us next?
Don't forget to like and follow to receive all the latest updates.